Have you ever wanted to try paddle boarding but worried about your age, balance, knees, or the possibility of falling into the water? Paddle boarding for seniors and elderly beginners can be safer and easier than it looks, especially when you begin seated or kneeling instead of trying to stand immediately. In this video, you will learn 7 beginner paddleboarding tips that can help you choose the right equipment, protect your joints, improve your balance, and enjoy your first paddle with greater confidence. Stay until the end for a simple 20-minute paddleboarding plan designed especially for complete beginners. Welcome to Over the Hill Yackers, the channel where staying active never gets old. Stand-up paddleboarding, also known as SUP, uses a large floating board and a long paddle to move across the water. Although the name says stand-up, standing is not required. Seniors and elderly beginners can paddle while sitting, kneeling, or standing. You can choose whichever position feels safest and most comfortable for your body. Tip number 1 is to choose a wide, stable beginner paddle board. A narrow racing board may move quickly, but it can be much harder to balance on. Beginners should look for a wider board designed for stability, comfort, and recreational paddling. Inflatable paddle boards are popular because they are easier to store and transport. When properly inflated, a quality inflatable board can feel firm and supportive. However, the board, pump, paddle, and carrying bag may still be heavy. Check the total weight before buying and make sure you can comfortably move the equipment. Renting a board or taking a beginner lesson before purchasing one is a smart way to discover which size and style work best for you. Tip number 2 is to begin seated or on your knees. Starting on your knees lowers your center of gravity and makes the board feel more stable. Place the board in calm, shallow water that is deep enough to protect the fin. Move toward the center of the board and kneel near the carrying handle. Spend a few minutes practicing how to paddle forward, stop, and turn. You can remain on your knees for the entire outing. You can also use a removable paddle board seat if your board has the proper attachment points. Sitting or kneeling is not a lesser form of paddle boarding. You are still moving your body, strengthening your muscles, and enjoying time outdoors. Tip number 3 is to stand only when you feel ready. Move onto your hands and knees near the middle of the board. Place one foot where your knee was, followed by the other. Keep your feet about shoulder width apart and slowly rise while keeping your knees slightly bent. Look toward the horizon instead of looking down at your feet. Looking forward can make balancing easier. Keep your shoulders relaxed, your back comfortable, and your knees soft. Avoid locking your legs. If you begin to feel unstable, calmly lower yourself back onto your knees. There is no prize for standing. Comfort and control are more important. Tip number 4 is to use a simple, relaxed paddle stroke. Place one hand on the top of the paddle and the other hand on the shaft. Reach the blade forward, place it fully into the water, and pull it back alongside the board. Switch sides every few strokes to help the board travel in a straighter direction. Try to use your shoulders, torso, and core together instead of pulling only with your arms. Keep the stroke smooth and controlled. Paddle boarding for seniors should feel enjoyable, not like a race or an intense workout. Before we continue, like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who would enjoy a peaceful outdoor adventure. Tip number 5 is to wear the correct safety equipment. Wear a properly fitted personal flotation device, or PFD, whenever you paddle. Check the paddle sport and boating requirements for the location where you plan to launch because equipment rules may vary. Carry an approved whistle or sound signaling device, and keep a waterproof phone or communication device within reach. A leash can help keep you connected to your board, but the correct leash depends on where you are paddling. A coiled leash is commonly used on calm, open water. Leashes can become dangerous around currents, moving rivers, rocks, branches, and other entanglement hazards. Ask a qualified local instructor or outfitter which leash and safety setup are appropriate for your location. Tip number 6 is to respect the weather and water temperature. Choose calm, protected water for your first paddle. Avoid strong winds, rough water, thunderstorms, fast currents, crowded boating areas, and poor visibility. Check the full weather forecast before launching, not only the temperature. Wind can push a paddle board surprisingly quickly and make returning to shore much harder. Dress for the water temperature as well as the air temperature. A warm, sunny afternoon does not always mean the water is warm. Wear quick drying clothing, sunscreen, a secure hat, and sunglasses with a strap. Bring drinking water and take regular hydration breaks. Dehydration can affect your energy, concentration, and balance. Tip number 7 is to use a short beginner plan. Your first paddleboarding session does not need to last an hour. Try this simple 20-minute plan. Spend the first 5 minutes kneeling or sitting near the launch area while practicing easy paddle strokes. Use the next 10 minutes for relaxed paddling, turning, and stopping. Spend the final 5 minutes returning to your launch point and cooling down. Stay close to shore and turn around before you become tired. Before entering the water, gently warm up your shoulders, back, hips, knees, and ankles. Try shoulder rolls, ankle circles, gentle side bends, and slow seated or standing rotations. After your paddle, repeat a few gentle stretches and drink more water. Paddleboarding can provide low-impact exercise while engaging your core, legs, shoulders, back, and arms. It may also help you practice coordination, posture, and balance while enjoying fresh air and peaceful surroundings. However, no activity is completely risk-free. Anyone with significant balance problems, heart concerns, recent surgery, serious joint pain, or another medical condition should speak with a qualified healthcare professional before beginning a new activity. A beginner lesson is highly recommended. A trained instructor can show you how to launch, paddle, turn, fall safely, and climb back onto the board. You should also practice getting back onto your board in a supervised and controlled environment before traveling farther from shore. So, can seniors and elderly beginners learn to paddleboard? Absolutely. Start with a wide, stable board. Or your PFD. Choose calm water. Paddle with another person, and begin while sitting or kneeling. Standing can come later, or not at all. The goal is not to prove how athletic you are. The goal is to move your body, enjoy the water, and return home safely with the confidence to try it again. Would you rather begin paddleboarding while sitting, kneeling, or standing? Tell us in the comments. Like this video, subscribe to Over the Hill Yackers, and share it with a friend or family member who believes adventure has an age limit. Until next time, stay active, stay hydrated, stay safe, and remember, it is never too late to begin a new outdoor adventure. Thanks for watching Over the Hill Yackers.
Welcome to the great outdoors. Every adventure is a new story. Stay active, explore, and keep smiling. Join the Over the Hill Yackers today.